Hello. You may not know me. My name is Tom Jim. I am a 22-year-old computer engineer who likes to fiddle with computers. I used to be an intern at Cartoon Network, but I quit after I saw a lost episode called Spinglebab's Adventure Time Jeff Dead Suicide. It was really scary, so I had to quit my job as an intern. When everyone there saw the video, they threw up and killed themselves. I'm the only one left. But that isn't the point of my story. Recently, I was looking on eBay. I found this unscratched disc called generic.exe, and it was a perfect disc with 0 scratches. My parents promised to buy it for me for my birthday, but they never did. I always wanted this game, but I was never able to find it. This version was different from the original, however. This was Super Silver Beta Lost version. I noticed something strange though. The seller was named 666 Evil Jeff Patricks, so I was kind of worried to buy it. I was passing it off as a glitch though. I bought my computer from a bald old man at a yard sale a while back, so he said it belonged to a dead kid named Joe, but that's besides the point. I asked the guy on eBay if I could buy it, and he said, "No, I'm sorry, you cannot buy it from me. Want to have some fun?" So I said, "Sure, it sucks that I can't buy it from you though." He sent me a download link to a file called Not a Virus, Scam, Fun, Creepy, Don't Open This, You Dumb Arse.rar, and I downloaded it. Feeling slightly uneasy, the file installed, but I noticed something was weird. My computer background was just a white background, and all my shortcuts were replaced with a folder called Patrick Sex Tape Bloody Evil Carly Rae Jepsen 666 Tails Doll Sonic. So I opened it, and just dismissed the name as a glitch. It had 2 files in it. One was an installation file called sonic.tails.mario.pokemon.generic.expansion.exe, and a JPEG file called sexyhorsebutt.jpg. I reluctantly clicked on the JPEG. It opened, except the picture was horrifying. I immediately jumped back at the site. It was a picture of a hyper-realistic dead body with hyper-realistic blood and hyper-realistic gore. My body was hanging from the hyper-realistic ceiling by its hyper-realistic intestines, and there was a hyper-realistic blood dripping off it. You could see the person's hyper-realistic brain too. Then a hyper-realistic creepy voice came through the hyper-realistic speakers and said, "You're next." And then the file closed and my computer background changed to a picture of hyper-realistic Patricks with hyper-realistic's blood and everything. I was nervous, but I decided to continue on. I just dismissed it as a glitch. I knew I should turn on my hyper-realistic computer off at this point, but I'm a generic idiot who refuses to do obvious thing he should do in a situation like this. So I'm gonna open the file again and play the game, even though they're suspicious and a lot of creepy stuff is happening. But I don't care at all, so I'm gonna keep playing because screw logic. I opened the folder again and saw a gallery of photos. It was called Pinga's Family Pony Crap Gore Hyper-Realistic Bloody Jeff. And I also saw a file called Patrick Sex Tape for real no fake. I opened the gallery and saw a horrific sight. It was a picture of a generic family, all skeletons and dead and stuffs. I threw up on my screen, and ignoring all logic, I continued on in the gallery and saw a bunch of bloody pictures of dead people, blood, Pegasus, Dora, entrails, and all kinds of horrifying stuff. I immediately closed the gallery after looking at it for 10 minutes. I then clicked on the .avi file and began to jack off. I started off in the Patricks in a bedroom with a grown-up version of Dora. They did some sexy stuff, and I began to beat the meat. I looked at the screen, and it suddenly changed. Dora was dead, and Patrick's was dancing on her body. He was eating what was left of her. A generic demon voice came through the speakers and said, "You're next." And I closed the video. I then clicked on the last file in the folder. sonic.tails.mario.generic.expansion.exe. And then it said, please insert disk generic.exe, you arsehole. But I didn't have the disk. The game started talking to me. It said, dude, hurry up or I'ma kill you, bish. But I didn't have the disk. The weird guy made me download this crap and wouldn't sell it to me. I immediately shouted, why don't I have the disk? I then saw the disk in its case. I was amazed and freaked out at the same time. The game shouted, hurry up or your bish is dead and I ain't gonna get no sex, lol. So I inserted the disk into my CD-ROM, and it installed instantly. The disk was a blank disk with generic.exe written on black marker. Right after it installed, the expansion installed into a file. The expansion was 100 gigabytes. I let it keep installing because I was too dumb to turn off my computer after the installation was done. The game launched without my control. It was a white background with generic game written at the top in black. The only options were start game, load game, but that was all there was. Oh my god, I was so scared. I clicked start game because, like I said earlier, I'm a stupid arsehole, so I just decided to keep going. The game started me off in a first-person view inside a dark room with nothing but brick walls. It was weird. Evil whispering play through the speakers, which I couldn't make out. I don't have a screenshot because all this bullshit was on my screen, but didn't work because reasons at all. So I was in the room. I watched too close to the game, but I couldn't. There was no quit option or an X at the top. I was too stupid to know how to smash a computer with a hammer or stop playing, so I continued on. In the game, I went on through the super hyper-realistic doorway into a hyper-realistic room that was covered in hyper-realistic blood. I looked behind me and saw hyper-realistic Sonic rapping like a cat. Sonic looked at me and said, "Hey there, Schmexy." He began to chase me through the hyper-realistic corridors of the building in the game. He chased me through this hallway of cells, and as I ran down the hallway, Disney characters came out of the cells and chased me too. It's like they knew they were going nowhere to go, and I was dumb as a brick. I ran down the hallway and ran into a hyper-realistic Patrick's. Patrick said, "We will now be transported to our torture jail asylum thing." And I was teleported into this horrific cell where I proceeded to wet my pants. I was locked inside of my cell, and there was a bunch of scary stuff in there. There was hyper-realistic blood on the walls, and the door, and the floor, and the locked windows, and on the ceiling, and in my bed, and in my underwear, and hyper-realistic blood was coming out of my mouth. The only thing I had was my pingas and my haunted laptop. The haunted dead kid who owned this laptop said, "You have my laptop, you dumb bitch, I'ma kill you." And then he came through the computer screen and slapped me in the face. What's weird about this, you might ask? He was Patrick's in disguise. Patrick's then killed me, and there was blood everywhere. That's how I'm writing this. And then a skeleton popped out.